listening to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast with your hosts, Chad and Dale. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. I'm Chad.
I'm Dale.
And we are coming to you right after the Leafs lose 5-4 in OT to the Cougars. They still hold a 2-1 series lead, but they were one goal away from a 3-0 series lead.
Yep.
How you feeling, buddy?
Look, man, tough overtime loss. Obviously, the goal was absolutely fucking ridiculous. Like, just
most of the goals in this game were ridiculous.
Little fucking pop fly alley-oop action right over Wall's fucking head and into the back. Yeah, you're right. A lot of the goals in this game were ridiculous, but two of the Florida ones, like, I don't know. I can't really fault Wall on that fourth one, but
fifth one.
Or fifth one, sorry. Oh, the fourth one.
We'll the fourth one that. You can fault Wall.
Yeah, we'll get into that briefly. We're not going to go crazy here. Probably not even super long tonight. Whatever. Like, I don't have a ton from this game, negative wise. I've got a couple things. Still a lot of positives. Like, these guys are not only hanging with the Panthers, they're taking it. They're right there. They're right there. Like, by no means does this OT loss tonight deflate my spirits as how I think the Leafs are going to ultimately fare in this series. You?
No.
Like, they still might not lose. Like, the one thing I don't like about it, Chad, is that, like, okay, the Panthers get the Game 3 win in overtime, so they've got life. They've got life. So now they come out on Sunday night, and if they get the win there, then we're like, it's best 2 out of 3, whatever. I guess that's still a good spot to be in, but not as good a spot as 3-0. But hey,
series, like the majority of series, do not go 3-0.
No. Except if you're Edmonton, and since they made the goalie change, they haven't lost a fucking game.
I know, but I mean, in the history of the Stanley Cup playoffs, there's not that many sweeps. There's not many 3-0 leads. I will say this, like, it gave, yeah, you're right. It gave Florida life, but I felt like the Leafs had a great first period. It didn't really play. They had a terrible second period, bounced back in the third period. But I felt like tonight, Wall was shaky. The hockey gods seemed to be a little bit against the Leafs. Like, it just didn't seem to go their way. And they still came within one goal of going up 3-0.
For sure.
If you were to pick this series at the start, you wouldn't have picked Toronto in 4. You would have picked Leafs in 7 or 6.
Yeah. 6 for sure.
Which means
I don't know if I would have picked the Leafs at all, to be honest with you.
Okay, but whoever you picked, you would have picked, 6 or 7 games. Am I right?
Yes, I thought Florida, like, initially, I didn't feel good about this series going in. It's the Florida fucking Panthers, defending Cup champions. They know how to do it. But after the first 2 games, I'm like, holy fuck, the Leafs. Like, okay, there's something brewing here that looks like it's for real, and there could be some good things happening. I still feel that way. I think Berube will have them ready to go for Game 4 on Sunday night. And hey, we talked about a split last pod. It's a little deflating because, like, it was right there. One shot away, one goal away from a absolute stranglehold 3-0 lead, and then whatever. But
if they won tonight and then they lost on Sunday, it'd be back to, oh God, Florida's got life. And
yeah, sure. So I would have said that if 3-0 lead and Florida won on Sunday, if the Leafs would have won tonight and the Panthers would have won on Sunday, I'd be saying the same thing I'm saying right now. If they couldn't close it, they gave Florida life or whatever. So here's where I'm at now. You go out and you win a fucking hockey game on Sunday night. You come home up 3-1 in a really good chance, and you fucking do it. And you close them out, and that's the end of fucking that. So is it going to play out that way? I don't know. We'll see. But, like, a lot of good things, I think. But you know what we're up against here. You know what it is. Like, do you think either team has – I thought the Leafs looked incredible early in this game. And
first period, they were taking it to Florida.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Do you think either team has played their best hockey?
I think Florida has played close to their best hockey.
Like, Game 2, they played pretty good, the Panthers.
They played pretty good. I don't think Toronto has played their best hockey, and I think a big part of that is the fact that their goaltending which they've relied on all season to be stellar, has been shaky since Wall's come into the net.
No question. But
But
equally, Bobrovsky, not the best.
no, he hasn't been the best. And that would be Florida. I mean, if you could go into a room right now with Paul Maurice and give him some truth serum, he would tell you like his team's playing pretty good. The one thing he would want is Bobrovsky to play better.
I don't honestly like. I don't think the overall team, I'm talking about Florida here, I don't think they are playing great. I think they've got a line that's playing good. They've got some individual guys that are playing good. Overall, I don't think the Panthers are playing that great, to be honest with you.
I think
or is it just the Leafs are a different team and they're just like as good as the Panthers now?
Yeah, that's part of it. I don't know if you could say they're as good as the Panthers, but they play a different.
They're close.
They play a different style. Like you saw in the second period tonight, Florida got Toronto to buy into their game, where they were chasing hits, they were trying to do stupid shit. That's what Florida wants you to do. But this Leafs team is a little different. Back in the teams in the past, they would get into that. Anyway,
they're a lot different, dude. They're a lot.
This Leafs team's a lot different. The Panthers, I think the Panthers are actually playing really well. Like if you watch them, they're hemming Toronto in a lot. Toronto's just doing a good job of blocking shots and just sort of flicking the puck out, scoring a lot of goals off the rush.
Okay, fair.
Which is what you get if you break up plays in your own end. I just think, like, I don't know. I think if you just have to put it behind you, that's the best part about playoff hockey. Put it behind you and be like, win Sunday.
Yeah, no.
But don't dwell on it. Don't be like, oh, I can't believe we lost this game. Like, okay, we lost. Win Sunday.
No, and Berube won't let them do that anyway. And I don't think it's a deflating loss for sure, but I don't think these guys are like, I don't think that's their mentality anymore. Where like maybe in years past they would fold and whatever. I don't see that happening. I think they'll be ready to go on Sunday night and win a game. You got 2 days off coming home. They don't play again until Wednesday. So we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes down here. But I don't know. Like, here's what I didn't like. I was going to text you this like halfway through the overtime. Maybe not even halfway through, like 5 minutes, 8 minutes into overtime. I was going to text you and be like, I know there was a revolving door on that second line spot tonight with JT and Willie. Pacioretty to start, Holmberg, McMahon at times, whatever. I'm sorry, dude. Like, how do you not go back to Pacioretty there in overtime?
Yeah, what was going on with that?
I do not understand. Holmberg was on that line the entire look.
But why? What happened to Pacioretty? What I know that he was probably after the 2 goals, he started to shake things up, like when they tied it. But what happened? Was Pacioretty? I miss? I know he took the penalty in the last minute or the last 2 minutes of the third period. But he didn't look off to me.
No,
he didn't look a step behind. Why did they pull him off the line?
He's done as much as anyone the last however many games, 4 or 5, 3 or 4 games. Did
they say anything?
No, but
so it's not hurt or
no, because he was down playing with Domi and McMahon, right? But like, it's just for me, I just was like, I kept watching these shifts with that second line with Holmberg in overtime. I'm like, what is Berube thinking here? How do you not go back to Pacioretty, who has had great success with those 2 guys? And like, I'm just thinking they need a big goal here. What the fuck is Holmberg doing with more ice time than Pacioretty? Yeah. It's crazy. I'm sorry. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. I'm sorry. Yeah. I just think it's crazy. And who gets caught out there for the winning goal? It's JT, it's Nylander, and it's fucking Holmberg. They dog tired, and it's like, you know what Nylander's shifts start to look like when he's out of gas.
Oh, he does nothing.
Barely moving, nothing. When JT gets out of gas, like his effort is still there, but it's like not good.
He actually had time and space and a chance to clear the puck, and he fucked it up. JT had it in the corner. He had time and space. He fucked it up. Puck stayed in. They scored.
And then Holmberg, it's just like, I couldn't believe he was there. I could believe it, but I'm like, why? Like, why does Berube have to fucking like?
And there were a few shifts. There were a few shifts in the overtime where the JT Willie line had a few pretty good rushes that seem to die on Holmberg's stick at some point.
Yeah.
He just doesn't follow the quick plays as much. There was a shot that I think Willie took where you could have tipped it in front, but it's like he doesn't know how to tip. And for me, if you don't know how to tip in a puck,
No.
get the fuck out.
Forget about it. But Pacioretty, like, Holmberg's still a young guy. He's learning. He's still learning. Pacioretty.
Yeah, I didn't like that move.
He can read the play. He knows what to fucking do. I just was baffled by, like, why? Why in this particular time in the game, you're a shot away, you're a goal away from being up 3-0 in this series, and Berube was going to that Tavares line a lot in overtime. It seemed like every
Willie
time
is leading the fucking league. Tavares had 2 goals tonight, and Willie's leading the playoffs in scoring.
Of course. So, yeah, you knew they were going to see the ice a lot, and they were on the ice a lot in overtime, but it's just the other guy on the other wing was fucking Holmberg. Wrong time, coach. Sorry, Chief. Not the right call. Like, I'm not pinning it on that.
No, but you know what? Berube is open to mistakes just as much as any player on this team, and that was a mistake on Berube's part. That was a huge mistake going back to Holmberg on that line. He had Bobby McMahon there for maybe 2 or 3 shifts in the third period.
Yeah.
And then it's like he just can't help himself.
Well, he doesn't like McMahon, clearly. McMahon isn't pulling his weight here.
Why not Pacioretty?
No, that's the guy. That's the guy. Like, I'm not.
He can't help himself. Like, he has this itch to put Holmberg on that wing.
I'm not pleased. No, I know. So anyway, like, yeah, Nylander, JT, Holmberg, they get caught out there in overtime. Absolutely gassed. Who else? Brad Marchand, right? Game winner. Absolute one of the strangest goals I've just like, there should have been a sound effect on that thing, like just going up and over Wall.
It's gotta be so, like, I know Wall didn't play great tonight. He had a shaky game, but it's got to be so weird when a guy fires a wrist shot and then by the time it gets to you, it's going a quarter of the speed, like a knuckleball over your head. It hit the pants, the arm, and then
not the best. So I'll get into some things here. Anyway, okay, so 5-4 OT loss. Tough OT loss, but I think they can rebound from this. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Far from over here.
If I go into that room tonight and I'm the coach, I'm like, nothing to change. You guys are right there.
No, even if I'm a player on the team, I'm still thinking we're in a good spot here. You're up 2-1, and you've played really good at times. Tonight,
you would have taken this if at the start of the series I would have been like, Dale, we're going to game 4. Leafs have a 2-1 series lead. Absolutely. You would have been like, sign me the fuck up.
Of course, man.
Well, here we are.
Against these guys, absolute no-brainer. So,
and Bobrovsky's let in how many goals now?
Holy fuck. 9 goals in the first 2 games, plus 4 tonight. So
13 goals. If someone were to tell you at the start of this series, Leafs would have a 2-1 series lead going into game 4, Bobrovsky would let in 30. He only let in 10 the entire series that they played him last time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's let in 13 in the first 3 games. You would take that every day of the week.
Joseph Wall, though, he 5 spot tonight.
He was shaky.
What was it? A 4-3 win the other night?
Yeah, I'm not going to pin it all on Wall, though.
That 4th goal, dude.
That 4th goal was a backbreaker. That was like a Samsonov softie that you just can't have.
Right through him.
Yep.
Right between the
blocker,
between the chest and his arm there, like it right fucking through him.
Yeah.
Like, can't happen. You're trying to win a fucking cup, dude. I know he's still a relatively young goaltender, not a lot of playoff experience, but like, there's no way that puck beats Stolarz. No fucking chance.
No.
0.
But even during the regular season, that puck doesn't beat Wall.
Just okay.
Something.
What is it? Why doesn't he look as good, do you think?
I think he's just got to work the rust off.
Okay. Well,
I would not be surprised at all if Wall has a game on Sunday.
Matt Murray, though?
Oh, no.
He wasn't on the bench tonight. It was Hildeby. I don't know if you saw it. So I don't know what kind of game they're playing there either.
Maybe you need Matt Murray on the bench for good luck.
That's probably what I would be. Like, Hildeby, what? Like, if something goes really wrong here, is Hildeby the guy you want in there, or is it Murray? I'm talking about getting a yank in the game. Like, let's say they're down 3-0.
If you're getting a yank in the game, Who cares who's coming in?
Well, Murray could save it. Murray could
Maybe,
save it.
but
Okay.
it's on Joseph Wall. Joseph Wall has to play better in game 4.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm not going to pin this whole loss on Joseph Wall, but
No, you can't.
he definitely, like, if we're going to put a percentage on it, I mean, 30% of this loss is on Joseph Wall.
Some of those 5, I would say yes. Some of those 5
Maybe
goals
more.
were bad bounces. Like the first goal goes off, Riley
The
tips it in his
second
own
goal, like,
fucking net.
squeaked through, and then Carlo used the fucking ringette stick to stop it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that you shouldn't be in that position. And then the fourth goal right through you. And then even the overtime goal, I know it was a stupid deflection and went over his head, but just, I don't know. The play in the puck almost lost it. Like, Lindell almost scored on an open net. It went through his feet.
I didn't realize
How
really
good Stolarz is at handling the puck.
or how bad Wall is, really, is what I was gonna say. Like,
Well,
he
Florida
is
realized because they are dumping it in and hoping that
stay
Wall
in
plays
your
the puck.
fucking net, dude. Just stay in your fucking net. Let the D take care of it because he's just
Or
like
just stop it. Just stop it and stop trying to play it.
he made a bat. He came out of the net to like play it, and he ended up like he saw he didn't have a move, so he put it in the corner into like Carlo's corner, and he just set up Carlo to get fucking crunched in the corner. Do you remember that play?
I do, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Wall fucking Carlo doesn't get rocked like that if Wall doesn't put the puck.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like, if I was
Carlos
Carlo, I
just like,
would
thanks a fucking pant load, shit.
got hammered on that play because of where Wall put the fucking puck.
Yeah.
Like, not heads up, but yeah, Wall, not look. Game 4, he needs a fucking night. He needs to have a fucking night. None of this 5-goal bullshit. I don't even want to see 3 past this guy.
No.
Like,
The Leafs scored 4 goals tonight. That should be more than enough to win a
fuck.
playoff game.
100%. 1 or 2 goals past him maximum on Sunday night, or maybe let's go with the 0 here because he's due for a big game. I can handle 1 or 2, but
Or
maybe,
let's say
maybe 0.
Let's say the only goals to get by you are ones that we would come on here and say, no chance.
Yeah, sure.
Not soft wristers that beat you, like you say, right through the middle of you.
Yeah, no, can't have it. Just cannot have it and expect to win in this fucking league. You can't have it. And I don't know, the Panthers might be saying the same thing about their goaltender right now.
Oh, 100%. 100% the Panthers coaching staff is like, what the fuck is up with Bobrovsky?
Yeah.
Just like Berube's probably in the room like, God damn, I wish I had Stolarz in net. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? We talked about it before the podcast, or before the series started, that or after game 1, that Bobrovsky has a tendency to go cold and not in short spans. Like, he will go cold for a long time.
That's why it would have been so incredible tonight.
I know it would have been so incredible, but after they went up 3-0 Ottawa and then they lost game 4 in overtime, we were like coming on here and we were like, oh, they can't finish them elimination games. You kind of avoid all that talk about elimination games and everything because you lose this one, you win game 4, you have all the positivity going in game 5.
Sure. So let me throw a hypothetical out to you. So now that we know for sure it's going 5 games, and after Sunday night, regardless of what happens, if the Leafs are up 3-1 going home, or if it's 2-2 going back to Toronto, 2 days off, Monday, Tuesday, they won't play again until Wednesday night.
You think Stolarz?
Depending on what happens here, like I haven't heard any updates. Was there an update today? I wasn't paying attention. Nothing. No. He's not even with them. So obviously there's not going to be an update, right? So he's still back and he didn't go on the trip. So I think unless Wall like steals it on Sunday night, if Stolarz can play, he plays game 5. Yes?
I'll give you my answer after this. Listen, everybody, the Tip It Maple Leafs podcast is joined with the Hockey Podcast Network. And with that comes a special offer just for you. The NBA and the NHL playoffs are over. The 82-game grind is done, and the real fun is begin. The playoffs are here. It's time for high-stakes drama, jaw-dropping plays. And if you're looking to make the playoffs more exciting, well, you know what? Open your phone, download DraftKings Sportsbook app, move it around on that homepage, put it right beside Pornhub so you know where it is, all right? And then
Browsers.
if you bet just $5, you can get $200 in bonus bets instantly. And you're going to say, Chad, how do I do that? Well, you just use promo code THPN. That's promo code THPN when you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and you use $5. Bet on the NBA, the NHL playoffs. You can make a parlay on who's going to score goals, who's going to, get as many points in an NBA game. Doesn't matter. It's all for fun. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code THPN where the crown, or only on DraftKings where the crown is yours.
Okay. So
Stolarz, if he is healthy, I don't care. Like, as soon as the doctors give a green light, he's back in the net.
regardless of what happens on Sunday night, regardless.
I mean, Wall would have to play unbelievable.
Yeah, like absolutely steal the show.
He would have to get a shutout. Because even if they won like 4-2, I think they still go back to Stolarz.
Right.
Berube I feel more comfortable with Stolarz.
Oh,
I know Berube does.
Everybody does. Fan base, players on the team. How could you not? How could you not? So yeah, I think if Stolarz like shutout and Wall stands on his head and is the reason why the Leafs win on Sunday night, he probably plays game 5, Joseph Wall. Barring that, and Stolarz, we don't know for sure if Stolarz can go, but it will be like their concussion protocol timeline will be over, I believe, and he will be eligible to play. So what I'm thinking is I hope Wall has a good game and they win on Sunday night.
Have a good game.
Of course. But still, they're going to have Monday as a practice day, or maybe Monday off, Tuesday practice day. Because of the 2 days off, I could see a scenario here where Anthony Stolarz gets back in for game 5. We'll see. I know what I would do. I'm with you, brother. It's Stolarz. Like, as soon as Stolarz can get back in the fucking pipes, I'm putting him back in the fucking net. That's it.
I'll be perfectly honest, man. I didn't realize coming into the playoffs, like, how much better Stolarz is in all these different areas than Wall. Like, because throughout the season, we were like, we have 2 great goalies, a 1A, 1B. They're both doing everything. But when you add in the little things like playing the puck and the rebound control, or just how, maybe it's because Stolarz is such a fucking giant, just how he sees through traffic compared to Wall.
And the size of his
dingling or his glove. His glove. He's got a huge glove.
Everything. The size of his everything. But monster back there. But
I didn't realize that coming in.
Yeah.
Like all and now I get it. Like, now you need Stolarz back in the net. But hopefully Joseph Wall, he's playing Sunday. Hopefully he steals a fucking game, man.
Yes, sir. Okay, so maybe some quick things before we get out of here. Fastest goal in the playoffs to start a game for the Leafs since, don't know if you caught this on the broadcast. So the Nyes goal, the Nyes goal.
Yeah.
They came out of the gates just flying. They looked incredible.
They had like 12 shots in the first period, and then by midway through the third, they had like 18.
First 5 minutes, goal by Nyes, goal by Tavares. But that first goal by Nyes, did you catch it on the broadcast? Fast goal in the playoffs to start a game for the Leafs since, just take a guess.
1967.
Stanley Cup final, 1967. So these 67 things are they're floating around my head 24 hours a fucking day. Like, just these little nuggets of 67, 67, 67. So I love hearing that. But yeah.
It's crazy. There's all this shit. And you know what's crazy? After this loss, did you go online after?
Mm-mm.
I opened my phone. The turn that the fans have after every loss is
not doing that. We're not.
No, I was like, I'm gonna go on. Like, I wouldn't go on the podcast and bury this team. They played amazing. They lost the game in overtime in game 3.
Yeah,
fans are just like, it's over.
No,
Florida's but like, you're not gonna fucking win every game in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
No. If I felt that way, I would come on here and say it, but I don't. I don't feel like it's over. I don't think, not by a fucking.
Willie had a breakaway in overtime. Nyes had a little bit of a breakaway in overtime. Like, one of those go in, we're up 3-0. Exactly. That's how close it was.
Exactly. Like,
and they bend, but they don't break. They were down 4-3. They tied it up.
it's not going to be easy for the Leafs to put this Florida team away, but I
No,
believe that they can fucking do it. And like we talked maybe after game 1 or whatever about
that's it.
how Florida has played a lot of hockey. The longer this goes, I think it's going to benefit the Leafs. People might think I'm fucking crazy for saying that. People will be like,
Although,
what are you talking about? It's
if
going to benefit.
Bobrovsky pulls an Allmark and starts to get better as the series goes
But he,
on.
Chad, look how much he's played just as much as the rest of them. So like,
Yeah.
I think he's showing fatigue right now.
Yeah,
So
he's letting 13 goals in 3 games. Yeah,
so like, you know, he might steal a game here and there. Like it's possible, but I don't know, man. I just think like the fatigue factor, and I'm not just saying this, I truly believe it. I think the fatigue factor might catch up with the Florida Panthers. They've just played so much hockey the last however many years, more than anybody, 2 straight cup finals, right? So anyway, we'll see. But yeah, I love the start. I thought they were great. The Nyes goal, the Tavares goal, the Wall fourth goal was brutal. Maybe I'll go out on Riley, but I don't know. We haven't like a one major negative for me is the play of Bobby McMahon. Are you seeing anything out there from him that is like he can't buy a goal? Like obviously snake bit, whatever you want to call it, but is he creating the way that he was in the regular season? Like,
no,
do you see him do like he's not right? Like he's not doing the same things. What
no.
do you think's up with this fucking dude?
I don't know if it's a confidence thing, but there was a play in the third period. I think it was the third period. It wasn't overtime where he came down the wing. And like Bobby McMahon in the regular season was one of the guys, and we talked about this. He's like a powered forward light where he would drive the net. And he had all this space to drive the net. I think it was tied 4-4 at the time. And he stops, spins around, throws it out front. Florida blocks the pass, clears it, and goes. And I just think he's not playing Bobby McMahon's game. He's not William Nylander. You're not going to do fancy plays and score off the rush. You're going to drive the net. You're going to cram in a greasy goal. You're going to tip one in.
Chad,
he's not playing that way.
There was times in the regular season where he looked as noticeable in games as Matthew Nyes. And
That's
now
a great example.
Now it's light years apart. It's light years apart.
He's got to play like Matthew Nyes. Matthew Nyes is a power forward, and he's becoming one of the best power forwards in the league. Bobby McMahon was that, only a third line power forward, and he's not playing that way. He's trying to be like cute.
He's struggling big time, man. I don't know.
You don't score for 20 games. Probably it's in his head.
Oh, sure. Of course it is.
I bet if he got one.
But you got to think like it's right around the corner, do you not? Like I thought tonight he might.
What do you think about taking him out and maybe putting Kampf in?
No, I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Because like
you think he will? Because I mean, Kampf is. You could put Kampf at center. He's a great face-off guy. He's solid defensively. He kills penalties. If Bobby McMahon's not giving you anything.
No, I understand, but like Kampf might have 20 goals, 25 goals in his entire fucking NHL career. So,
but if Bobby McMahon hasn't scored in fucking 20 games,
I understand that, but he's got the ability to do it more so than Kampf. Robertson, I'm not changing it. I still like the way they play. It's just I want to see more from McMahon, and I think that
goal scoring hasn't been the problem.
No, luckily, but I think McMahon, he's due, and I guess that's why I would leave him in because I think he's fucking overdue. Like,
you know who else is overdue? 34.
Yeah, he was all over it tonight, though. I thought he played a great fucking hockey game.
How many goals did he have?
No, I know.
Look at Matthews is playing amazing.
He was sniffing it though. He was sniffing around it.
He was sniffing it, and defensively, face-offs, like that whole Barkov, Reinhart, Kachuk line. He's doing him and Marner are doing a great job of shutting that line down.
Yeah.
But why is it that Marner and Nyes have scored some goals, but 34 can't pop one in? Barkov's got a couple. Like we need 34 to score.
Of course. And like to me tonight, like he looked like he was like, I'm determined to put the puck in the fucking net. He didn't.
He
but
did look a little bit more like himself tonight.
he looked more. Yes, he did. So I think, again, here we go. Sunday night, another opportunity. He knows, like, okay, this is the 4th game of the series. I haven't scored a goal. I've only got 2 goals in the playoffs.
He didn't score 1 in 2023 against the Florida Panthers. He
So
had
it's
0 in 5 games.
It's time to get that mustache cooking. It is time. Sunday night, Austin. Let's fucking see it. And I'd like to see a goal or 2 from McMahon too, which would like lift the monkey off his back, which could be also a very positive thing going forward for the Leafs. Anyway, last thing before we get out of here that I've got is just the ups and downs, right? Morgan Rielly, like, he's involved in the first goal against going in the Leafs net. He's involved in the over. I think it went off his pants and fucking alley-ooped him over Joseph Wall. But I thought, again, of their playoff Morgan Rielly, full form here. Like, I guess you take the good with the bad, but his play in the offensive zone, like,
he had a hat trick tonight.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But
that's the other thing you have to look at, man. Florida scored 5 goals. 2 of them went off Rielly in the net. One was like a squeaker at the line that had to go to review to be. It wasn't like Florida scored these really nice goals. They had one that squeaked through wall or whatever. Rielly had a hat trick. Anyway,
it's crazy. But no, but like, he's played great. I think he's played really well offensively. He just keeps putting the puck in the fucking net, and just the offense from the back end here is something that we just, I guess we're used to it with Rielly over the playoffs. Like, he all-time Leaf leading defenseman for goals in the playoffs all time.
They had a unusually low output from their defensemen in the regular season.
Oh, fuck.
Like, just unheard of. Dead last in the league. So they were due.
They've surpassed.
I'm fine with that.
They've surpassed the goals by the defense in the playoffs. All regular season they've surpassed.
They're also shooting way more from the point than they ever did in the regular season.
But that's the recipe, right? And I think that's Berube, where it's like, quit the cute shit, quit the pretty fucking play.
Look at all the goals tonight.
Just put it on fucking net. Just put it on fucking net and wait for it works. That is a winning recipe. Put it on net. Maybe it gets a bounce and it goes in, or the goalie doesn't see it, or whatever. Like, that is how you fucking win in the playoffs. You put it on fucking net and wait.
Does anyone give a shit? Does anyone give a shit what Brad Marchand's overtime goal looked like?
Absolutely not.
Is anyone like, oh, well, he just threw it at net and it bounced off a bunch of shit? No one gives a shit. They won the game. Do the same thing.
Yep.
Anyway, you got anything else?
No, that's it for me.
Well, we'll be back after game 4, where hopefully the Leafs take a 3-1 series lead.
Yes.
Because I am predicting a big, big game from Joseph Wall.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
He's going to have some more of his fruit packs that he had on the bench there in the third period. He's going to have like 8 of them. He's going to have a great game for the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. Don't forget to follow us on social media at the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast on Facebook and Instagram. Email us tipinpodcast@gmail.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and also ring that bell because it'll notify you when a new video comes available. And until next time, I'm Chad.
I'm Dale.
We will.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll be back Sunday night when the Leafs try to take a commanding 3-1 series lead going back to Toronto. We'll see what happens. I can't wait. I'm all fired up for it. Should be a very interesting and exciting game. I'm getting a semi right now just thinking about it.
I bet Paul Maurice has got a good 45-minute presser tonight because he's back in a good mood.
100%. Go Leafs, go. Let's get a split in Florida. Bring this baby back home. Catch you later.
You're listening to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast with your hosts, Chad and Dave.